Alright guys, today I'm going to show you how to install a single piece rear window on a pickup truck. They're typically all the same. Obviously if it's a three-piece it's differently, but it's the same exact method. If you have defroster lines or a sliding window, it's the same thing. We just have a single piece stationary glass here. So I'm going to show you how to prep, install, and finalize the film installation with the Precut kit. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to use this door as the holding board for the film. Since it is such a large piece of material, we're going to clean this whole door down. We're going to hang the film on there, and then we're going to install it on the inside after we prep it. Right here we have the soapy water solution and an outside microfiber towel. We're just going to spray the whole door. I'd highly recommend washing the vehicle before doing this. That way you don't scratch the paint, especially if it is a darker color. If the vehicle's clean, this will not damage the paint. Just spray the soapy water, and you want to wipe the whole door down. After that, I'm going to open this up, spray the holes outside with soapy water again, and we're going to grab our pre-cut kit. Now when you're laying the pre-cut kit on the door, you're going to want to lay it with the tint side facing the door. Now the way you can tell that is the release liner side is very reflective, and the window tint side is more of a brown color, not as reflective. You can also see the clear release liner, the way that it pulls off. So we're going to lay the pre-cut kit for the rear window on the window here, and it's okay if it's hitting this door panel, this door handle. That's not going to get in the way. And we have the clear release liner facing us. So we're going to mount that on there, just squeegee it out with the 5.5-inch yellow turbo squeegee. And then we're going to go inside of the vehicle and prep the window for installation. All right, so to prep this window, it's very easy. There's no defroster lines. If there were defroster lines, you would just use a blue non-scored pad, spray it with soapy water, and just scrub the whole thing down and squeegee it out. But today we're going to use a 1-inch razor blade. So first thing you want to do is remove the headrests if they are in the way. And these little tags here, these are for baby seats. You can just tuck these around all the way down so they're not in your way when you're installing the film. I'm going to spray out the soapy water. Take your 1-inch razor blade and start by cleaning in the center. If you go to the edge first, it'll dull out the blade because this is a ceramic layer on the glass. And if you hear it, that completely kills the blade and it'll reduce the cleaning power of the blade. As a final step, you can go over the blackout areas, which is the ceramic coated edge. And then the bottom. After you've scraped it with the razor blade, you take your blue huck towel and remove any residual dirt or debris that's on the window. Any dirt that you're seeing on this glass is on the other side, like right here, the sap. That's okay. It's obviously not on the side that we're installing the film, so it's not going to interfere with the installation. So after you've razor bladed the window and wiped it dry, you're going to spray it, soapy water. You should get on the bottom too if the seats cover it. And we're going to take the 5.5-inch yellow turbo squeegee, starting from the top, from the left to the right. We're going to do 50-50 overlapping strokes. And then, of course, down the sides. And then when you do the bottom, just spray a little bit of extra water. That way you have lubrication. And just go across the bottom. Now we're going to go on the outside and grab the film from out there and then come back in with it. All right, so now we have the film that we previously laid and mounted onto the passenger door. We're going to simply start by peeling away the clear release liner, making sure the tint stays in place. You can make sure that happens by spraying a little bit of water behind it. Hold the film down and pull the release liner. And as you're pulling the release liner, spray the film. And that's that. You might want to kick this under the vehicle, because if you step on that, you're going to fall. Now, to take this off of the door, you want to grab the bottom corner, put your right hand under, your left hand under, and kind of have equal parts on each side. That way, it's kind of like an M. And you can walk into the vehicle like this. So let's hop inside. You want to make sure you don't hit any of the sides of the seat. It's kind of like an acrobat act. And we're going to take it, and we're going to start with one side. So one side is just going to be hanging, and we're just going to primarily work on the left side this time. Now I should have sprayed the window with soapy water before installing this, but I sprayed enough soapy water on the film itself that it is going to be more than lubricated enough to move around. Now once you've laid down the left side, you lay down the right side and just work it down. Now we're going to work on one side because this film is longer than exceeding the plastic here. So we're going to lay that down, slide it behind it, come back on this side, lay it down, and slide it so that there's no light gaps. It's very simple. This is probably one of the easiest windows you'll do. And the only thing advanced you'll have to do on this is maybe heat shrink a couple of fingers that pop up. So you want to make sure you have even coverage around. It's going to overlap the black areas, but you want to make sure that it's even around the edges. That way when you squeegee it out, it doesn't move out of place. Now when we squeegee it with the 5.5-inch yellow turbo squeegee, we're going to hold the film in place on one side and start from the center and work your way out. Now since I'm holding the film with my whole palm, I'm placing a lot of pressure with this yellow turbo squeegee because the more water you get out between the film and the glass, the faster it tacks up and the less chances of it moving around. As long as you know you have it in the right place, there's not going to be a problem. So now we're going to work on the other side. And we're going to kind of bring the film down. So we're going to start at the top and bring it down. And squeegee across the bottom. Now with this truck, the seat is very close to the window. So what we can do to get down to that bottom edge is this seat lifts up. And as it lifts up, it pulls away from the window. Now if you can see down here, there is still some water between the film and the glass. So we're just going to squeegee that out. And you always want to make sure that the glass is lubricated with soapy water because then the squeegee is pretty much useless without it. Now it doesn't seem like we have any fingers popping up across the bottom, so this window is good to go. But if you did have a finger that popped up on the bottom, you just take the gray lid close squeegee, which is this one here, and you would take the heat gun, just heat it up, and of course spray soapy water and heat it up and just press across the bottom and you'd be good to go. Now it's always good to seal these back windows with the towel wrapped around the lid close squeegee just to get any moisture out of the top because the top could be dripping down and it'll drip under the film since it's not completely cured yet. And that's how you install a solid rear window on a pickup truck.